Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner, and this reading is about Samantha Markle and her wish to sue the writers of Funding Freedom, Omid Scobie and Caroline Durand, and she didn't talk about it after the book came out, and she did defend herself in her own book, let's say it that way. But now that after Megan admitted that she forgot that she actually participated in the writing of that book and helped through Jason off and even directly to Omid and Caroline, so that she will be shown in the best of lights. And there were some very damaging things written there about Samantha, saying that she lost custody of her children, and Megan claimed that she never knew her half siblings. Many things that she said there in the book that are defamatory. And Samantha now is claiming that she already contacted lawyers in Britain and in the USA to find a way to sue them for defamation. So now I have to say that I am not a big fan of the Markle family. In the past few months, they've been too much of a money hungry in my book, and it seemed to me that they are trying to gain from all the situation. But they were correct when they were talking about Meghan before the marriage, when they tried to warn Prince Harry against that. So they know their sisters, their sister, and they knew exactly what is she made of and why is she getting married to Harry. And they did try to warn the royal family, and the royal family at that time did not listen to them, because they were still trusting Meghan and Harry. So this is the White Cat tarot. I'm still in my cat streak. We haven't gotten our cat yet. My children are supposed to go and pick one up, and they already picked a name, but they haven't picked the cat yet. So until we get a cat, I'm still with cats. So let's start by cleaning the deck. And ask for the energies around Samantha Markle wanting to sue the authors of Finding Freedom, Samantha Markle wanting to sue Caroline Durand and Omid Scobie for defamation, and maybe even her sister Samantha wants to sue for defamation for the writing of Finding Freedom. So let's see what we find. And I'm going to use the 9-card spread, which I really love because I see a lot of it, a lot of the energies around it, around the situation I see in this spread. But I do try to find new spreads all the time. So it is amazing because I already started this video before, and then the camera fell, and I had to start it all over again. And I got the Emperor in the first reading always also, and it was this, I only got the first card. I don't know what the next cards were, but I only got the first card. So it is very, very evident that the fact that Thomas Markle is their father is very important here. And Samantha is very protective of him, and she she did speak a lot about the way that he was hurt by Meghan. And this is not a coincidence that this is the significator card, because the Emperor is the one who is controlling the material world, but Thomas Markle seems like quite a weak person, and not someone who let Meghan control him and let Meghan be the emperor of him. He was so enamored by her that he just let her do everything. And I think that Samantha still harbors a lot of feelings of jealousy because of that, but this is the significator card around here. So she's angry not only about her name being drawn in the mud, but also Thomas's. So this is the significator card, and the card that comes after that is the card that explains it. And we get the Tower, as always. We get the Tower with Meghan, and we get it now with Samantha as well, because these are the foundations, and the foundations are something that both of them got the same foundations because they have the same father. And this is the card that is clarifying the Emperor, and both of them have this very weak foundations. And Samantha is also sick, and I'll be the last one to say anything about her sickness, because I have a sickness that is not as the same, but very much debilitating as hers. And so her foundations are also very weak. And when this card comes up, it says you need to check your foundations before you run forward, before you go and start this kind of procedure, before you go and run and get lawyers. You need to check your own foundations. You need to check the ground that you're standing on, because if you do run forward, you will get a destruction, and you will fail. And this is negatively aspecting the whole reading. This is a card that shows recklessness, it shows destruction, it shows a tendency to do errors, it also shows superficiality, and we saw that in her book. Her book was very, very superficial, and not at all what we expected from her book. And this is also someone who is not very attentive to details. So this is the card that clarifies the Emperor card, because Meghan and Samantha come from the same house and they have the same foundation. Want it or not, they got, Meghan grew up in her father's house, and her brother and sister, as much as she wants to deny it, but they were there all the time. So they all have the same foundation, and that foundation is not a steady one. This foundation is and as much as she wants to be with her mother didn't raise her. She wasn't raised by her mother, and her father is the one who raised her. And I'm pretty sure that he is responsible for a lot of these things that we see today in her personality. And the next card is the past card, and we get the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is the queen that wants to be seen as the idealistic queen, the one who cares about everyone else. She cares about the truth. She cares about the environment. She cares about everybody but herself. She will sacrifice her children and everything for the good of everyone. And this is in the past. And it also a queen that she sits. And Samantha Markle has multiple sclerosis, which is a disease that has sometimes a remitting, relapsing nature, which means that she can be she can be feeling well and she can walk, and then she can be feeling very, very bad and need a wheelchair. And I don't think it's a coincidence that in the past we get here a queen who sits on the chair and also wants to be seen as someone who is idealistic, and she's not doing it for the money. She is doing this because it's a principle, okay? And what is the hidden influence? So the hidden influence, we get the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, as I said many times, is the one who is hesitant. He is looking for confirmation all the time. He is not running into a situation very easily. And maybe because she knows that her foundations are not so strong, and she can be someone who is aware of her own difficulties and things that that disturbed her in being in getting forward in life. And I know that she, for example, got her academic title quite later in life. So she knows that her foundation is not very stable, and she's hesitant. She's looking for confirmation. So she's looking for the right lawyers. She's looking for the right people that will help her in doing that and doing this lawsuit. This knight, if he is doing things right, then he can become the Ace of Pentacles. But if he is doing all the wrong things, and that means missing opportunities, getting bored quickly, being idle, being slow too much, and procrastinating, then he misses the opportunities. So there is an opportunity, and she needs to know to be very cautious and to know how she reacts in order, and how she acts in order to not miss that opportunity and to become the ace, or get the energy of the Ace of Pentacles. And clarifying this is the Knave of Swords. And the Knave of Swords is like the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is the reporter. He is the one with the slick tongue. It is another court card. He is someone who has a tendency to lie, but he's very good in verbal communications. Now, this is as a clarification for the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, we said he is hesitating. He needs the confirmation. And then comes the Page of Swords, and actually tells us that Samantha wasn't always truthful. We saw her telling a lot of things that weren't always true. And this can also be sometimes one of the reasons that she is hesitant. She has to be very sure that she's doing the right thing, so that she won't expose herself to a counter lawsuit. So because when this card is negatively aspected, and because of the Tower card, we have to look at the negative aspects of all of these cards. And because of this card is negatively aspected, we're talking about someone who feels that something is missing from his life, someone who has inconsistency, someone who has difficulty to deal with things, someone who has a tendency to spread. You can imagine a child with attention deficit disorder, for example, someone who has a tendency to betray others and always needs stimuli and needs changes. So altogether, as we look at it, we see someone who is hesitant but is very good in speaking. She's very good in talking. She can speak, she can talk, she can convince people when she talks. And I know many people that I really appreciate, like Yankee Wally, for example, that were really swayed by her because she's very slick-tongued and she can speak very good. But then she is not very trustworthy. So let's see what the present says. And the present is another queen, and the Queen of Wands. This is the Megan card. And the Queen of Wands is the one who initiates things. And this can be the I call it the Megan card, but in this instance it's not Megan. It is the one who starts things. She is the one who is very good in initiating things, in starting things, not very good in taking them all the way through. This is also someone who has problems around ego and immaturity, jealousy, betrayal. So this is all of these cards all together. They show us this picture of someone who is a little bit childish, very egotistical. She loves her father very much. She wants everything good for him. She knows that her own and her sister's foundations are very weak, and she knows that things might topple down if she doesn't do things right. She wants to be seen as someone who cares about the whole world, but she is egotistical, and she cares especially about herself, and she is looking for confirmation from the people around her and from society, and she wants to hear people tell her how bad she was treated by her sister. So what kind of advice can we give her? And we see here the Nine of Pentacles. Now the Nine of Pentacles is a great card because it is a card of earning and profit that comes after hard work. So this is not just riches that comes because the universe has given you this riches. This is not good luck. This is hard work. And when you do the hard work, you get what you deserve, which is the profit that you deserve. When it is negatively aspected, we see someone who has this tendency to perfectionism and the need to prove himself all the time, and over materialistic. So these are the things that she needs to take care of, and to be very cautious not to get into those. But if she does her things right, if she does the work, then she will get the profit that she deserves. And clarifying the advice is the Empress card. And the Empress card is the mother card. It is the card of the woman who gives everything that she has for her children, and this is the the mother. This is the feminine. This is a card of fertility, and we do know that Samantha is a mother. She has children, and some people even say that she raised a girl that is actually Megan's. I don't know if it's true, but there is this rumor going around. But this is someone who has abundance, who has beauty. So all of these things are there. They are there. They can be manifested if she conducts herself right, and if she does the work, and if she really does give and really does show her generosity. The negative aspects of the Empress is difficulty in placing borders, someone who is hesitant, also jealousy, another card of jealousy here, and also being attracted to destructive partners. And we know that Samantha Markle did have very destructive relationships, and she was even domestically abused, if I'm not mistaken. So these are the things that she has to take care of. Now, another thing is that Samantha is always referring to herself as the mother that Megan didn't have when Megan was growing up. And when the Empress card is negatively aspected, we see difficulties between mother and daughter. Now, this could also be a difficulty between a sister that acts like a mother and the younger sister. So this, let's say, was all in the cards. So let's see what is the near future telling us. And the near future is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles tells Samantha, you get what you give. If you give, then you get. If not, then you won't. And this is a card of second chances, like all the sixes. And she does get this second chance. And the second chance can also be a second chance to rectify her relationship with her sister. But I'm not sure that this will actually be true, because this is not up to her. This is up to Megan, and I don't think that Megan will ever give her a second chance. But this can also be the second chance to sue the authors of Finding Freedom and win, because also this is a card of lottery, of luck. So there is this ability to gain and to win in this lawsuit if she does decide to do that, and if she does it right. So this is the tarot, and the oracle deck that I'm using is once again the Star Temple, that has very, very beautiful depiction here of women. So like most oracles, I don't know why is it, but so many oracle decks are feminine, as if only women need advice. So let's see what kind of advice can the oracle give Samantha Markle. So first I'm cleaning the deck, and now I'm asking advice for Samantha Markle, advice for Samantha Markle, advice for Samantha Markle. Let's see what we get. And okay, the Temple. Home. I no longer search outside of myself for home. So this is a card that shows her that she needs to go back to her own home, to go back to her foundations, let's say it that way, and rebuild her foundations before she does anything else. And when she does that, she will understand that she needs nothing else than her own home, and she doesn't need anything outside of herself. So this is a card that tells her to check her foundations and to rebuild them, and then she will be able to succeed in everything else that she does. So this is it. This is the oracle card, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, write me an email, write me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.